You ever notice how some things, certain activities, they just hit different, like really get to you?
Right.
Like understanding something tricky or finally making a connection with someone. It can feel, I don't know, huge.
Huge.
And for a lot of you listening, that thing might be cross-dressing.
Yeah. Deeply good feeling for folks.
That sense of, like, yeah,
Good
this.
as it.
So we're going to deep dive today. There's this article, it's called Cross-Dressing and the Brain.
The Psychological and Physiological High of Cross-Dressing by Gender Benson.
Yeah, and it's dense, right?
Yeah.
Lots to unpack.
It is.
So I figured, let's break it down. Especially if you're someone who hasn't lived this, the intensity of feeling can be hard to get.
Absolutely.
So we're going into the why, the psych, the body stuff. Why does cross-dressing make some people feel so much?
And important, too, we'll look at what's healthy, joyful, versus the misconceptions.
Right, like the whole addiction thing?
Exactly. Got to clear that up.
So first off, gotta talk brain basics. The reward system. This is in all of us, not just about clothes.
Right, it's how our brains are wired. Good stuff happens, brain's like, more of that, please.
Good meal, good friends, boom, happy chemicals.
Exactly.
And turns out cross-dressing, for a lot of folks, taps right into that system.
Makes sense when you think about it. Picking the outfit, the change, the makeup, if that's your thing.
It's an activity, it's engaging, brain's paying attention.
And the key is which chemicals we're talking about. The article dives into this. Dopamine, serotonin, endorphins.
The big three, let's break those down one by one. Starting with dopamine, anticipation, pleasure, reward, that's its jam.
Right. So think about the feeling. Getting dressed, you look in the mirror, it's right.
That yes feeling.
Dopamine's there, saying, good job, brain.
And it's not just the doing, right? Even thinking about cross-dressing, planning it. For some folks, that gets the dopamine going already.
Oh, absolutely. Anticipation's powerful. It primes the system, like something good is coming.
Then there's serotonin. Now, this one's more about mood, right? That chill, content feeling.
Exactly. Serotonin helps regulate all that. So when cross-dressing eases stress, lifts you up.
Like everything clicks into place.
Serotonin's probably involved. This is a good feeling.
Love that. And then, can't forget the endorphins. Body's own painkillers, mood boosters.
Right, the runner's high stuff.
So when cross-dressing feels freeing, comforting, like a weight off, literally.
Endorphins likely kicking in, physical relaxation, mental lift. It's all connected.
And what's wild is your brain doesn't care about social rules here. The article makes that clear.
Doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. If it brings you genuine joy, relief. Brain's going to light up.
Now, where this gets really interesting is when the article talks about secrecy.
Big one.
Because for a lot of folks, that's the reality, right?
Right.
Can't just express this freely. And that impacts things big time.
Psychologically, it's like this. You're holding back a big part of yourself. Creates tension.
Like a pressure cooker. Which is where, and the article talks about this, people misunderstand, think it's addiction.
Right, but the article makes a distinction. It's not some surface level craving. It's tied to identity.
It's deep. It's about who you are, not just a want.
And the thing about addiction, clinically, there's got to be harm. Negative consequences to your life.
Right. It's getting in the way of things.
Whereas here, it's more often a need for expression. Something's missing, this fills it.
But, and this is important, the article doesn't sugarcoat it. Secrecy has a downside.
Oh, yeah.
That guilt, the shame, that can mess with the good brain stuff we were just talking about.
Takes the edge off, for sure. If you're worried, feeling bad, hard to enjoy fully.
And the article even lays out a kind of cycle, right? Desire builds, euphoria while dressing.
Then the guilt hits, you got to hide it again. And the desire just starts building again.
Makes sense, but kind of depressing, no.
Key is how we frame it. The article's point is it's not inherently bad.
It's intense, sure, but it's rooted in something real.
Identity, self-connection. That's powerful stuff, not something to be dismissed.
Which leads to this. Cross-dressing and feeling good about yourself. The article's got a whole section on that.
Huge connection. Being able to express your gender, it's linked to higher self-esteem, less anxiety, all good things.
So it's not just about the clothes, it's deeper.
And there's a term for that awesome feeling. Gender euphoria. When you look how you feel inside. Bliss.
The opposite of dysphoria, right? When things don't match up, that's rough.
Exactly. And the point is, you don't have to be trans to experience this if expressing yourself this way brings relief.
That's valid.
Super valid. And your brain gets it. Article talks about the brain feeling gratitude when you get that alignment.
Like it's sighing in relief, finally.
And that fuels the good chemicals again. serotonin, endorphins. It's saying, this is you, keep going.
That's beautiful. And even if it's private, even if nobody else sees.
Doesn't matter. That internal reward is real.
Okay, but I know some of you are thinking, hang on, is this healthy? Am I addicted? The article tackles this head on.
It's a fair question. And it goes back to what we were saying before. Addiction's got that harm component, negative consequences.
Right, it's taking over your life, not in a good way.
Whereas this, the article calls it psychological reinforcement. Makes you feel good, so you want more.
Like exercise.
Perfect example. You feel good after, so you do it again. Doesn't mean you're addicted to push-ups.
And there's other stuff like that. Music, art, even faith. They can be all-consuming, but in a good way.
Exactly. It's about what it brings to your life.
Now, the article's clear. If it is causing problems, that's different. Money troubles, relationship suffering, risky stuff.
Then it's time to get help.
But often, it's about needing something. That urge to cross-dress, it's pointing to something deeper.
And here's a thought. The article suggests sometimes making it part of your life can help.
Lessening the pressure.
Exactly. If you can dress sometimes, journal about it. Talk to someone safe.
It becomes less forbidden.
And the brain chills out a bit. It's not this constant build-up and release.
No, we gotta be real. Not everyone can do that. Some folks, it's just not safe, not an option right now.
Sadly true. But the brain's amazing, adaptable. Even small things can make a difference.
Like, if you can't dress fully, the article mentions visualization.
Powerful stuff. Mentally planning outfits, imagining. It can actually fire up similar brain areas.
Really?
Yep. And then there's what they call small rituals. Little ways to express yourself, even subtly.
Certain undergarments, a specific scent.
Little things that say, this is me. Keep that connection alive.
And just expressing it, even privately, helps. So, big picture. When cross-dressing feels good, it's not random. It's your brain saying this matters.
Exactly. It's a response to something deep, something essential. You're wired for this.
And that urge, it's not a flaw. It's a desire for wholeness, for happiness.
To be seen, even if it's just by yourself in the mirror.
And just to remind you, the big three players. Dopamine, that anticipation and pleasure.
Serotonin, the feeling of calm, of things being right.
And endorphins, that physical and mental lift.
Knowing this can help you understand your own experience better.